There are a host of reasons why you might be looking at going to an agency, either for design or communications. One can't limit the triggers to a certain number, but I think the obvious ones would be growth. You as a business, you're growing and you want to support that growth with profile and you want the world to know about it. It might be on the back of some M&A. You might be part of a bigger organization, or you might have merged with someone. And again, that is an obvious time to think about the brand and your communications. And it might be a change of the management team. There might be a new style of management and a new chief exec or a new board coming in thinking, we're going to change the way we do things and we want to make more noise and we want to be more visible. There are others, but those strike me as an obvious three. It is really important that you gather together a team internally and you sit down and think, A, what do we need? B, why? Why are we doing this? And C, what do we really want to achieve? What is this going to look like in 2 years' time? Because that will then inform the brief and the conversations you're going to have with the agency, and you will end up with a much better relationship in the long term.
Make sure the agency understands what you do, particularly if you're hiring them for PR and communications work, where an understanding of your field is vital. If they don't know your field, make sure that they come willing to learn and open to understanding what you do. And also check that they've done their research. Are they coming in with assumptions about your industry that show they haven't really done the groundwork before talking to you? For example, you might be a specialist insurer and an agency might come in with a lot of knowledge about general personal lines insurance, but not really understanding the field you're operating in.
When you're looking at agencies and doing the initial search to try to work out who to meet, there's only so much you can find out from looking at the agencies themselves, because of course they're only going to tell you what they want you to see. And the importance of talking to your peers and talking to the competition or looking at the competition, if it's communication, talking to the media, and get a flavour from the other side, the far end of the food chain, to find out from them what's worked, what hasn't worked, who delivered, who is expensive, who's mediocre, all that kind of thing, which you won't get from an agency's website. And the best judge of an agency's work are other customers.
If there are companies in your sector that you admire their comms, you admire their messaging, have a look at their website, have a look at their media page. On the press releases section, probably there'll be the details of their PR agency listed at the bottom. And then that starts to give you an idea of who's helping companies put out admirable content.
The layers of a relationship between agency and clients are extensive. And you, the customer, you might not want to go straight in at the deep end, and you don't have to. It's an evolution of the relationship, it's an evolution of your understanding of what the agency is doing. One of the challenges a customer will encounter when meeting agencies and trying to choose an agency is that almost inevitably all of them will be proposing roughly the same kind of thing and the same suite of products and a lot of the same ideas at a pretty similar price. And you will ask the question, how are we going to decide between these similar offerings? And my understanding from years of agency experience has always been the importance of the trust and the relationship and the chemistry.
Find out who will work with you. Don't just meet a sales director or a sales account manager. Make sure you meet as many of the team who would be on your account as possible, and make sure that you're comfortable working with them.
Ultimately, the team that you choose will be instrumental in helping to build and manage your company's reputation.